Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, and today I'm going to do a crafting guide video on crafting carryalls. Alright, I've talked about carryalls in the past, but there's some new ones. I wanted to discuss them real quick with you guys and explain what they all do for you. So we're going to do the real fast part where I'm just going to show them all to you. So this is actually the Legacy of Morgoth Treasured Carryall Selection Box. So basically, if you get I believe it's the second bonus, it's Ultimate Edition, I think it is, or the Collector's Edition. One of them will give you the carryall with it. Very awesome that they give you one. You can see I have a bunch here that I use, but I'm going to go ahead and just right-click this, and we're going to talk about carryalls real fast. If this does help you, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really, really helps. Or just throw a like on there if you're not going to be here the whole time. I still appreciate the support that way. Or a comment if you have questions. Comments help with the algorithm too. So, we have a couple here. Let's talk with the first one. We have large ones. There's three sizes. Small, medium, large. All right, that sounds like any kind of drink at, McDonald's. But basically, small is 10 slots when you open it up. Okay? Medium is 25 slots. And large is 50 slots. You guessed it. All right, so those are our three sizes of bags. Okay? Now, before I forget to tell you, you can edit your bag name by clicking this little tiny rename thing, and you can actually go up here and just left click, and you can actually delete and type. All right? And say check. And yes, the names will now stay over if you put them in your shared storage and give them to a different character. So here's something that's really important for everyone to know, to note. If you are going to share items, and let's say one of your shared carryalls says bound to your character, you're like, what? I thought your whole account has them. They are always account-wide, bound to account, which means they go in your shared storage and another character pick it up. If it's saying it's bound to your character, you have a bound item in that box for that character, okay? You gotta remember that. I was driving me crazy a couple weeks ago, and I was like, why does this say bound? And then I realized there was a bound item that was bound to Zollin. I was like, oh, that's why it won't let me send it to my shared storage to my other characters. So just find it and take it out, that item. But anyway, I love it that you can rename them. You can send them in your shared storage to your other characters, to your crafting or whatever. But we got a couple different kinds, right? We have the large healing carryall. The large healing carryall focuses on, and you can go over to, let's see, my large healing carryall. I did have it right here, all ready to go. Where did it go? I've got one right here. Ah, there it is. It's a little sneaker. Went to the bottom here. So the large carryall can hold crafting healing potions, all sorts of different things, where it, like wound removal, poison removal, fear removal, all those jazz, potions, healing pots, power pots. If I open it up here, you can see some examples. It can even hold consumables, like potions that you get that are only bound to your account from the daily opening things. It can hold those as well. Lots of different things it can hold. And again, you can see I can drop in these potions here. Now, side note, you cannot use them. If you right click, you have to bring them out to be able to use them. So it's kind of like just a storage thing, and then you can bring them out if you want to use them on your things or whatever. It'd be nice if you could use them directly and have them on your bar and it pulls stuff straight out when you click on the bar. That would be a nice little addition. But I'm glad they added it. Still nice. Okay, large crafting carryall. This is by far the most important of the carryalls, like by a mile. So if you're like struggling on what you should pick, if you have never had one, pick the large crafting all. That's my recommendation because crafting stuff is really important. And I have like 7 or 8 crafting bags, okay, of all sorts of different levels. Most of them are large, but I have them all organized with like ingots or woodworker, metalsmith, very handy, okay? Large task item carryall. This is anything that is a task item. You'll know a task item if you hover it and it'll say, this item can be turned in for tasks in the Shire or what location. And it's got that red ink at the bottom, okay? And it usually has that grayish background that usually kind of looks like it's like an ear or a broken piece of sword or whatever. You can see some examples right there I'm showing you, okay? That's a task item. Very helpful. That's like one of the second most handy things personally. Then you have large essence and tracer carryall. These are very, very helpful. I have 2. I actually split one into holding essences and one into holding all my tracers. And yes, it can also hold like words of power and heralds and pretty much all the legendary things you set into your stuff there. There are some occasional exceptions. If the item is bound to your account, for some reason it can't go in it. Just as a side note for you guys, for those of you, you know, hardcore that care about this, for legendary items, I noticed that these particular ones couldn't go in before unless they updated it. Yeah, it still doesn't. Okay, so for some reason those are bound to my account, so they won't go into the bag. I'm not sure why, but something's going on there with that. It's not really a big deal. Very helpful still to have if you have a lot of essences or whatever. But overall, I still think crafting and the other ones above are going to be more important. Then you have a new thing called map carryalls. This is brand new with the Legacy of Morgoth. If you get the one expansion, you actually get a small map carryall bag automatically. Right here, you can see I have this one right here. They do have different icons to an extent to kind of help you know what's what. You can kind of see the crafting ones have a little hammer. The task carryall one has a sword. The one that's a healing has a little potion symbol up in the top left corner. The essence and tracer has a little essence symbol. And then again, the large die carryall also has a potion symbol because, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. So the map carryall, it's really, really good. Again, it has to be things that everyone can have. If you put your own map in that's bound, it will not allow you to share it with people. But the map to Galtrev cannot be put in for some reason. It won't let me. Somehow it's not allowed to be put in there. I guess it's because it's a special type of item map. Kind of weird to me that it's not able to be put in there, but maybe it's because it's a teleport kind of too, like a milestone. But they all do that. I don't know. It's an older item, but maybe they just kind of forgot to update that one. Maybe they'll update it later after seeing this video. Who knows? Tell me in the future if you're watching this future it works. I'd be interested to find out. So that's really cool, but I don't think you need a large map carryall. The small one they give for 10 was like plenty to get a lot of those repeatable maps. There's like a lot for like the events, like the Harvest Festival and the Christmas Yule Festival and all the different Bywater and Hobbiton Anniversaries Festival. Those stack up really fast as being these pile of maps. It's nice to have a 10 slot for that. They automatically give, so that's nice. Then you got the instrument carryall. This is really only important if you're someone who plays a lot of music in the game. It's a big music scene in this game. I've covered it on the channel. We did the 17th year anniversary, the 15th year anniversary of the Weatherstock event, which is pretty much the biggest music festival. But there's a lot of music festivals in the game. And in fact, anyone watching this as part of the music stuff, if you want to reach out to me with my Discord, I will try to promote different events that people do. And I'm on the server CrickHollow, but I'll also help promote on other servers too, if you guys want to let me know. Anyway, side note for all those maybe watching. Then we also have the housing decoration carryall. So the instrument carryall is exactly what it does. It carries instruments, okay? So basically these are, think of all of these carryalls as bags of holding. That's what they are, okay? Not really, but because that would be lore breaking. There's no bags of holding in Middle-earth. But they're basically bags of holding. Like D&D, okay? Or any other fantasy world like that. Then we have the large housing carryall. Very helpful if you're someone who likes to decorate, okay? It's really, really nice. I have a couple, okay? So you can see I have a couple housing, and you can see I have all my housing decorations in these, okay? And yes, you can have them all open at once, but your screen starts to get quite cluttered if you do too many. So it's really up to you. Also, the instrument one is kind of good for like minstrels too, because sometimes minstrels will switch between instruments. But again, I don't think you need a large instrument carryall unless you're like someone that does performances in the game. That's the only time I think you need a large one for that. I have a smaller medium one, I think, myself. I actually don't remember, did I bring it on? Do I even have an instrument carryall? I may have not got an instrument carryall after all, from what I remember. Now let's talk about the next one. We have large die carryall. This is if you use dyes a lot, which are basically how you change the cosmetic colors of your clothes in game. Okay, I do technically have one, and I do have some dyes in it, but I don't think this is the most important. I mean, realistically, how many dyes are you going to have? Unless you're like someone who makes dyes as crafting, and you like sell them all the time, and someone's like, hey, I need this kind of dye color. Like, oh, here, 10 gold, that kind of thing. Then maybe it'd be helpful for you. But I think this is on the lower end. You're not going to need this as much. Large war spoils. War spoils are a PvP item, or PvMP, player versus monster player item. I have one because I play in the monster player zone a lot, but most people don't. So you're probably not going to need this, but you can see it's these green background items. They take up a lot of space in your inventory, so if you are someone that goes out there all the time to do quests out there, or player versus monster player, this is very nice. But otherwise, you don't need it. The next one, large junk item carry-all. This is fantastic. This one's amazing. Now, I have one of these. It is medium task carry-all. Let's see. I have 2 large task carry-alls. I think I have 1 junk one. There it is, large junk one. Now, the junk one really can pile up very quickly. They look a lot like tasks. So let me bring up the task one here. So if you notice, they look very, very similar. The only difference is that this one has the red wording that says task. You can be turned in, and these don't. Okay, a lot of their icons even look similar. If you've noticed, there's some very similar looking icons right here. See the wing? And then, let's see, what else? We got the wing, we got the slime, we got the skin. So again, can be a little confusing, but those are both really good. Tasks. So if you're gonna ask me, well, Zollin, what do you think is the most efficient one to pick? Okay, I'm gonna give you my list right now, right? Start with crafting, most important one. Okay, that'll take a lot of your inventory space. Things that will start also eating up your inventory space on normal basis will be task items and the junk carry-all. Okay, those are the top 3 as in items that'll eat up your space. That this will help you tremendously. Okay, in your inventory. The next ones after that, in order, I would go. So I'd go crafting as the highest here, and then I'd go task carry-all. Then I would go junk carry-all. Okay, and then I would go for the probably the essence one and tracers if you're up at legendary items, and then after that housing decorations. Okay, then I would probably do map carry-all, then I do war spoils, dyes, instrument carry-all. That's my order of what fills up inventory, and that's, Adam, this is not bragging, but that's 17 years of my experience in this game with my 29 characters. Okay, those are the things that will fill up your inventory space. You're just like, just frustrated. All right. So there's my order. So what am I going to pick right now? I'm going to pick it on video. All right. So I am looking at, I have 3 bags for tasks, which are very empty right now. All right. Task. I have 2 large task carry-alls. Let me just double check myself here. I have a small, I have a large, medium, and a large. So I'm pretty good on task carry-alls. I only have 1 junk carry-all. Now, one thing that I have to mention too for you guys is that stacks will stack much larger in these. So as you can see, I believe it is up to 5,000 when it comes to junk. But if you drag and drop it into your inventory, it'll turn into stacks of 50. So that's another reason why these bags of holding or carry-alls are so nice, because if 500, so I have 629 of these. Divide that by 50. That's how many slots would be being taken up in my inventory space. I would have had to sell them or get rid of them, right? Now, I do want to sell these and get rid of these because they kind of are junk. So if you look at it, and I take these out of my inventory. So later, junk ones, you're going to just sell anyway. So I don't know if I need more than 50 because I mean, more than 150 carry-all for junk because I'm going to be selling it all the time. Realistically, I could sell it. And you can see each one of these sells for 1 gold. So that's pretty cool. But maybe I don't actually need another task carry-all because like realistically playing my 1 character, I guess I could put it on a different character. So that's the thing to think about too, right? Like I don't really need another one. Another thing that's important to remember is the auto. So the auto means whenever something gets looted, it'll automatically go into that. So I leave most of mine on auto. So auto junk, so any junk I pick up off a thing that's just worth money will go into this thing. If I turn it off, it's going to go into my inventory. It will not go into the carry-all. Another thing important to remember about the carry-alls in that way is if they are maxed out, like this, if something can stack, so like, for example, these essences I have maxed out, but if I get an essence that's the same, like if I get another Humble Seafarer's Essence of Vitality and I have 10 of them, it will, if I have this on auto, absorb and put it in there, even if it's maxed 50 out of 50 capacity, because it can do more stack. But if it's a new essence, that's none of the 50 that are in here, it'll just pop up into my inventory. It won't get sucked in automatically. So, good things to remember. So, like, for example, this essences that are filled out here, I like to leave stuff like that on auto, because why not? It can't fill up more. There's times where I won't put certain things on auto, like certain crafting bags. All of my crafting bags I leave not on auto, because I organize them, and I only leave one crafting bag, which is my catch-all, and I leave it on auto. And then occasionally when it fills up, I take it and I sort it into my other crafting bags. Now that's just me, and this is probably looking very cluttered on the screen, so let me click one button to fix it for you. Okay, feel better? All right. Yeah, it was getting me, it was kind of bothering me too. So anyway, they're very helpful because they keep everything very nice and consolidated into one nice little line of bags that you can share with your friends. Not your friends, but your other tunes on shared storage is what I mean. You can't send it to other players with other accounts. So with that, I just have to debate on what am I going to pick from my Legacy of Morgoth selective large carryall. I'm tempted, since I only have one task carryall, to pick another one so that I can give it to an alt so they won't fill up with the garbage. But again, I could just send over one of my task things and fill it up. I think I'm going to pick another crafting carryall because I want to be able to organize more and more my crafting. Because a couple of my bags are just right at max, and they really have a couple things in like a miscellaneous bag. I'd like to make it where I could have like tailor, metalsmith, and I don't quite have enough for that. And I know you're probably laughing at me because I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 crafting bags. But crafting, I keep all my crafting stuff on all of my tunes. It's very important. So, War Spoils, Junk is a one that I'm debating on. Instruments, I don't need. I mean, I could get an instrument bag. 50 instruments? That seems excessive. I think Zollin could just hold on to a few instruments, or my other guy if he needs it. Carryalls for housing. Well, the large task carryall, I have a couple. I don't think I need that. Healing, I don't need. I have one of those. I don't need a big bag. I'm going to go with crafting. I'm debating on large essence and tracer carryalls because I'm actually full on my essence and tracer carryalls. Oh, no, I'm not. I have one. This one's empty. Okay. That answers that question. Crafting it is. Boink. All right, so I have a brand new crafting carryall. So now I can edit the name of this, leave it on auto, whatever, but I'm actually going to do it later because we're done here. And also, I've been Gandalf this whole time, but I'm actually your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, here on Voice of the Rings. I was disguised as Gandalf. All right, guys, have a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth. I will see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. Thank you to my Patreons for their support. I hope this helped you. If it did, subscribe, like, comment. Helps with the algorithm. Watch the next video that pops up over there. All helps. You're the best. Stay happy. Thank you, Red, for being Royal Guard. And I'll see you in the next ones, my friends. Barukazon, Kuzan, I menu.